How do you use YouTube in your voiceover business? That's what we're going to talk about today. Happy Monday and welcome to the Voiceover Huddle on the YouTubes, the number one channel for voiceover related content on the internets. And my name is Mike Hathcote. I am a full-time voice actor and voiceover coach, author of the book, The Voiceover Blueprint, which you can get in the description below for less than $10, the digital copy, as well as the audiobook. And plus 4 free gifts. Don't forget to chime in on the chat so we can do some shout outs here just in a few minutes and find out where you're watching from. And then, of course, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get this info ASAP. All right. Let's talk about a couple things, actually, before we talk about YouTube. First of all, we've got a new opportunity, or actually a special opportunity about the voiceover. Sorry, it's been a couple days about the TV affiliate boot camp. We had one person have to withdraw from the camp or the boot camp because they had an emergency and couldn't attend all the sessions. So we have one spot open again. We've already had 2 of the sessions, but those have been recorded. So if you want to join the if you want to join the TV affiliate boot camp and catch up and watch the recorded sessions and then catch up to the regular sessions, we're offering a special discount on that if you want to get back in. I know we sold out the entire thing, but this one spot is now available. So if you want to do that, check out the information in the description below, and you can use a coupon code, and you're going to get $500 off of the boot camp, since we've already kind of started. But you will be able to catch up by watching the replays that we've already had for those 2 sessions last week. Of course, session number 3 starts up tomorrow. So if you're going to do that and you want to attend the live session tomorrow, go ahead and take advantage of that opportunity. Okay. Also, the movie premiere that I was at last weekend could not have gone better. Was 2 sold out shows in Knoxville, and it was a great time to see some friends and family and talk about skateboarding a little bit. So that was a fun time. We got back on Saturday night, and with a little bit of a day yesterday to kind of get reset so that we can get back in here today and get back to work. So, and I am, by the way, I am working on streaming options for this. So Amazon, YouTube, all the places. So I'll let everybody know if you're interested in checking that out. I'll when that actually becomes available on streaming platforms, I'll let you know. Okay, let's talk about YouTube and how you can use YouTube to grow your business, your voiceover business. Of course, you're already on YouTube. You're on there right now. So you've got an account. So all you would need to do to create content for your voiceover business is, well, number one, link it to your website. That is a huge benefit to your voiceover website. If you have a link to YouTube, which is obviously one of the biggest visited websites in the on the planet, that always helps your SEO. So you don't even have to, record new content and put it on there. As long as you've got a YouTube page and you attach that page to your voiceover website, that will help your SEO because it just gives your website a little bit of legitimacy, and it creates something called a backlink. So if you create your YouTube channel and put your website on there, and then you create your website and put your YouTube channel on there, there's kind of a two-way street there. And it helps both websites, the YouTube page as opposed to your website. So put those together and that'll help your SEO a lot. Now, so what content do you put on your YouTube channel? Well, there's several ways you can use YouTube to actually help your business. Number one, and this may sound obvious, but I'll have to say it anyway, put your demos on there. Your voiceover demos, whether they just be audio or video. Obviously, video is better since YouTube is a video channel. If you have video demos for your pro demo or demos, put those on your YouTube channel, and then once again, attach that to your website so that people can view those videos right there on your website. Um, the next thing that you can use to use YouTube to grow your business is look for your previous content that or previous projects you've worked for clients. So whenever I do a project for a client, I always ask them for the final project if they can send it to me. Now, if it's e-learning or something like that, they usually can't. But if it's a commercial or an explainer video or something like that, most times the client is going to put that on YouTube. So if they put that on YouTube, then you should go and find that. If they haven't sent it to you already, go find the project and download it to put somewhere else, preferably on your own YouTube channel or your website or both. The reason why you should do that is because not all clients are going to be around forever. And if they post a project on their YouTube channel and for some reason they go out of business at some point, then that YouTube channel comes down and so does your project. So if you find the project on YouTube, download it, save it, to your own computer so that if something happens to them, you've still got the example that you can use for your portfolio. Here's an example of that. The video that I did that won the Telly Award back in 2018 was for a company called Recycling, and they actually have since dissolved. And so that video, the Telly Award-winning video that I did, the voiceover for, vanished. Luckily, I had gotten it and saved it, and so now I have that on my website. So that can always happen. So just be careful and always try to download the the uh, the project so that if for some reason they go away, you can still have the thing for your portfolio. Um, what else can you do on your on YouTube? Obviously, you want to upload any projects you have that maybe aren't uploaded to YouTube. Maybe the end client hasn't uploaded it to YouTube, but they did send you the final. Well, then you can go ahead and upload that to YouTube on your own channel so that it is available for people to see. So the last thing would be, and this is something I don't normally do, but I've seen plenty of people do it, is posting videos of yourself working, kind of a how the sausage is made or behind the scenes or, of you working in your booth. That is something that lots of people do. I honestly don't do that because I do that in our private Facebook group for the voiceover blueprint. So I live stream every single one of my jobs into that Facebook group in real time. So I don't really do that to YouTube because I do it the other way. But if that's something that you're comfortable doing, and as long as you're not, under some sort of non-disclosure agreement, then that's another option for you is to post little quick videos of you working in your booth just to show people, kind of the day in the life of what you can do. So those are several things that you can use YouTube for to actually grow and manage your business. Okay? Awesome. Let's see what's going on today. By the way, speaking of jobs to do, I've got a job to do today that is pretty crazy. Well, it's not crazy. It's gonna be interesting. As some of you may know, I am the voice of the City Advantage card. Citibank and American Airlines have the City Advantage card where they, do points and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm the voice of that, and they want to customize some of the messaging in this program. And so they sent me a list of 900 and something names, you know, Bill, George, Mary, Stephen, whatever. And so I've got to go down that list of 900 names and just record, hi, Bill. Hi, George. Hi, Steve. All 900 of them. So luckily they pay well, but it's going to take a lot of the day today to do that because it's just reading names. Luckily, they're not having me do each one on its own file, or that would have taken way too long. So I'm recording all of them on one big file, send that over there, and then they're gonna cut them up and personalize these messages. So, hey, as long as the check clears, I'll do it. Anyway, there's Jason from Kearney, Nebraska. He's the first one in today. And there's Sean from Longview. Good morning to you. And there's Grady. Welcome back, Mike. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Grady's in Ithaca. And there's Terry. Good afternoon from Fallston, Maryland. Welcome back, Mike. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Terry. And there's Charlie from Sparta, Wisconsin. Good morning. And hey, Ron from Grand Haven, Michigan. And Tracy from Rochester, Minnesota. Howdy, Celeste from Newark, Delaware. And John from Denver. Good to see you on here. Good morning to you. And there's Nancy from Yankton, South Dakota. By the way, I'm rewatching Deadwood, which is a series on HBO. And they talk about Yankton, South Dakota in that show a lot. So you've got some history there in Yankton. There's David from, what is it? Mandeville, Louisiana. No, I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Mandeville. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. And there's Clint. I guess it's Clint. Happy Monday, neighbor. Been out for a while. What did I miss? Well, I was out for the while too. I was out Thursday and Friday for the premiere. But if you've missed some stuff, go back and rewatch them. There's Nephi from Knoxville. Got to hang out with him on Friday night at the premiere. Great to see him again. Nephi is also in the TV affiliate boot camp too that we're working on right now. There's Maria. Happy Monday from Rhode Island. I was traveling all last week and really missed this. Thank you, Maria. That's very nice to say. I missed the last 2 days myself. And there's Wayne from Port Orchard, Washington. And Denise from Long Island. Good morning, Denise. Or afternoon. Sorry. And there's Gretchen from Adrian, Michigan. And Callie from Pasco, Washington. There's late bloomer Audi from Fort Worth. And Eddie, good morning from San Antonio. I'm going to need an effects rack. Okay. Reach out to Alex. Send an email to alex@billdeweese.com. alex@billdeweese.com. And Alex will hook you up with an effects rack for your DAW. Here's what he's going to need. He's going to need about a 30 to 45 second recording, completely raw, of you reading something at your normal speaking voice, and then another probably 10 to 20 seconds of just room tone, just the sound of your space. And also let him know what DAW you use so he knows what to create it in. And just send that over to Alex and he'll create your effects rack. Sarah says, hey, from Kentucky Lake. And there's Theo, back from a week in the Great Smoky Mountains. Howdy from downtown Chicago. Hey, Theo. How'd you like the Smokies? I was there for just a minute or two. Jim says, loving that shirt. Go Big Orange. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. And there's Jay says, good afternoon from Covington, Georgia. Good afternoon to you, sir. And Tim from Altoona. Andrew says, good morning from Andy in Cancun. YouTube has proved to be a great lead generation engine, which was a totally unintended benefit of making a channel for my podcast. There you go. I mean, YouTube can be so beneficial in a lot of different ways. So yeah, use it to your advantage. Happy and Joyful from Florida. She says, welcome back. Thank you so much. Jim says, name of the movie. The name of the movie is called Knoxville, A Skateboarding History. It's not available yet, but it will be. There's Dennis from Grant Park, Illinois, and Kay from Gold Canyon, sorry. I need to get my eyes checked. And Jim from Memphis, and Andrew from Latvia. Hey, DeCarlos from Las Vegas. Good to see you here. And Alan from Philly. Tracy says, "Can you tell me what program to use to download it?" I'm not sure what you're referring to. To download what? Andrew says 900. That's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. It's easy though. I mean, those kind of jobs they take a long time, but they're easy because you're just reading names. Every now and then you come across a name that you're kind of, confused as to how to pronounce it. I'll just give it my best guess, and if they have an issue with it, they'll let me know. Alan says, Tracy, search for CVN MP3. Still not sure what that's referring to. Callie says, glad to hear your premiere went well. Congrats. Thanks. Appreciate that, Callie. Harold says, how can I audition for a film trailer? Well, yeah, for those, you have to have an agent most of the time. If it's well, even if it's an indie film, you still have to have an agent, usually for those kind of opportunities. Every now and then you'll see some cross the pay to play space, but most of the time, Harold, those are through an agent. There's Kirk from North Hollywood, California. Andrew said, how was the premiere? Well, I mentioned it earlier, Andrew. It went fantastically. 2 sold out shows at the theater, and got to see a lot of friends and family. It was great. Lots of history in Yankton. Custer came through here, and Lewis and Clark came through here twice following the Missouri River. Yeah. They mention it a lot. Apparently, it was one of the very early, settlements there out west once after the Civil War and all that kind of stuff happened. Commando Slayer says, I love your studio. Will you make a video about how it was designed and who created it? I don't really need to make a video about that, but I mean, this is not something that it was built from scratch. Um, Unfortunately, the company who made this is no longer in business. It was called Voice Suite, and they made custom size booths in addition to normal sizes. This I made custom size because I wanted a really big space to be in because I was coming out of the closet. And so I wanted a bigger space, but it's a single wall with um, RLX foam. I've got 3 windows in it. It's got ventilation, input or intake and output. And I love it. It's so quiet that most of the time I can record with the window or the door open over here. That way I can keep it cool in here as well. Alan says, can you charge more for reading lists like that? Not really, or at least I don't know a way you could. I mean, you could charge per name, I guess. Um, if it's up to you. I typically don't. They do pay pretty well, but I don't typically do that because they are such a longtime client. I'm just gonna do what I can to keep that relationship going, but, I mean, I guess you can charge whatever you want. It depends on if the client's gonna pay you. So, yeah, if you wanted to charge more for that, feel free. Samuel says, "Good morning. I watched some of your previous huddle videos while you were gone. You're even more amazing than I knew." Thank you. Thanks so much. That's very nice to say. Theo says, "Loved the Smokies." By the way, Theo, when I mentioned, I think maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of last week before I left, we were talking about being in the Smokies, and I actually, when I rewatched the huddle when I was doing my prep for sending out the emails, I noticed that I said the Rockies, not the Smokies. Big difference. Okay, it's Tracy. Tracy was asking about how to download YouTube videos. I have a I have a pro an app called 4K Video Downloader, and all you have to do is you have to just put the YouTube link, the URL of the video in the downloader and it'll download it right away. So there's lots of different ways to download videos from YouTube. Theo says, we had a lovely house on the side of the mountain and a gorgeous view, plus a pool and a hot tub and lots of space. It was about 30-minute drive from Gatlinburg. Black bears, raccoons, and poison ivy. Yep. Those black bears, they'll walk right up to you because they're so used to people feeding them, which you're not supposed to. But they're so used to that they'll just come right up to you. So you got to be careful. Callie says, went to Deadwood a couple of times over the last couple of years. I have a family member that lives in the Black Hills. Definitely a wild, rich history over there. Yeah. Sarah says, what are the dimensions of your current booth and what were the dimensions of the walk-in closet you used prior to your current booth? Okay. The previous closet was about 3 by 5. Just a walk-in closet. When I first converted it, I just took all the shelving out and, put the foam in and, put a little desk in there and everything. So I was in there for years and years. And yeah, it was 3 by 5, no ventilation, no windows. But, you do what you got to do until you build up your business. When I decided to splurge and get this booth is 6 by 8. So it's very, very, very big. So I can stretch around in here and lots of room for activities. So much, much nicer in here. All right, everybody. Once again, if you want to grab that freshly open space for the TV Affiliate Bootcamp, there is a link in the description below. And don't forget to use that coupon code to get $500 off. And you'll be able to catch up by watching the recorded first 2 sessions and then join the 3rd session tomorrow night live and then continue on from there. So $500 off, pretty good deal. Go check it out. And until tomorrow, I will see you then and break a lip. Take care.